Hi everyone, welcome back to Eleanor's Restoration, and in this video I'm going to be getting the bulkhead out. Now it's taken a lot, and I do mean a lot of preparation to get to this stage, and hopefully I've done enough. Hopefully I've done enough for the jig to brace it so that the new one goes in as easy as this one is going to come out. Time will tell. What I'm going to do before I get the angle grinder out is I'm going to take you around each point of reference I've got for the new bulkhead, just to show you what I have done if you've not been watching the previous videos, and to give you an idea of what I've got to line the new panel up with. Starting from the inside, I've got this jig here that's holding up the toe board in place. Moving the camera up, I have these two bars here that are tack welded to the lower dash and to the top dash. I have the inner wings in place, and this part here, 4 bolts, is lining up the cross member on the bulkhead. Now I'll try initially to fit the new bulkhead in with both in place, but I believe there might be a fitment issue, so one of the sides may have to come off. I'll cross that bridge when I come to it. The bar that comes from the inside of the car that's tack welded to the lower dash comes through, and it's a tight fit against the bottom of the hole here for the wiring loom. Not welded, just a tight fit. And in the last video you seen me doing the upper dash rail, so all along the top of here we'll line up the top of the bulkhead. Finally, underneath here I have marked out in pen on the floor where the old bulkhead comes to. Apart from this section here, because remember that was cut and it's inaccurate. So when I'm cutting this off, there's 2 areas I need to be careful with. Under here, the bracket for the clutch and brake pedal is still in place, so I'll basically cut around here to give me better access to then undo the bolts that are inside. Secondly, and this is the one I'm most nervous about, is the lower dash rail box at the back. Now it runs along here. You can see some of the spot welds here. Runs along there, and I really want that flange to be in good condition, and I don't want to have to do repairs because it's just more work and it's more time. If I have to, I have to, but I'm really hoping it's in good condition and that it's going to be kind to me. What I'll do is I'll show you behind there, and I'll give you an idea of what the flange is like behind where the dash is. Okay, let's get this bulkhead out. I'm going to start at the toe board, which means taking out the bolts that are holding the toe board to the floor, and also the nuts that hold the bolts to the jig. Move up to here, and then I'll leave the cross member, and then I'll come up here. But like I say, I'll stick it on a time lapse for you guys to watch. Okay, I've stopped cutting there so far, and if you were doing this same job, I would recommend supporting this, because when everything's out, it puts a bit of strain on this metal here. It's strong enough not to go anywhere, but the weight on this front cross member, it pulls it down. So that's the jig. Everything else is perfect, exactly how I want it to work, but this bit is a bit more flimsy than what I was hoping for, so yeah. Had I done it again, I would put a box section underneath under there and hold that place. So what I've done in the meantime is I've put some bungee cable around just to hold it in place, and now I'm going to cut round this bit here. But remember, the pedal box of the Breakmaster, the servo, that's the word I'm looking for. The servo and the master cylinder part here is all attached underneath, so I'm going to cut round this and it's going to leave this exposed, and I can then get and undo it from there. But as you can see, I'm getting there. So I now need to get these bolts off to get this whole bracket off here. I was trying it with a spanner, and my finger slipped and it's cut the end of my finger along here, and that is like a knife, it's wafer thin. Even thinking about it's making my skin crawl. So yeah, these bolts, I have to get them out. They're tightly because they're shear bolts. This bracket, all the studs on here are ruined and it's in a pretty bad state, so I'm going to get this off. I'll then assess it if I'm going to do a new one or if I'm going to be able to fix it, but it might be a case that I might need to cut these if I can't get them and just replace with normal bolts. But yeah, I'll do that off camera and I'll come back. Then that means the only bit I've got left to do is this part here, which is obviously where the flange for the lower dash rail is. I didn't even waste any time on this. I cut them off, and I'll worry about that later. So all that needs done now is the rest of this bulkhead off, and get a true a look at what the flange is like underneath. Now I'm going to go and do that off camera because it's just grinding down spot welds, pick, grind, pick, and I'll come back to you once I've got that done and we can see what condition this is underneath. So I have the rest of the bulkhead removed, and this took absolutely ages, and I mean ages. Some bits are really good, really thick, other bits slightly thinner here, part here. That side was quite bad, really bad actually. There's a bit of rust and obviously it's just worn through. I'll give you a closer look what it looks like, and then I'll go away, have a go at repairing it, and I'll come back to you when hopefully it's looking a bit better. So unless I have to go down the route of ordering this whole new panel here, which is about £35, which then means going and picking out all the spot welds along here and along here, then I'm going to try just repair some of these. I've got the steel here, I've got the tools to bend it, and when I say the tools to bend it I mean a vice and a hammer. But yeah, I'm going to have a go because it's only the flange that needs repaired and it's not seen, and as long as I can get the strength in it, I'll be happy. So I'm not going to film it, I'm going to go away and do the repairs because I've got quite a few to do, and it's just by cutting this, making cardboard templates onto steel, bending, welding, and I'll come back and we'll see what this looks like. Hopefully I can get it so I can crack on, because if I don't, it then adds time delays on from me having to order the part and doing more, and to be honest I want this bulkhead test fitted very soon. So here it is, I've managed to do the repairs. I went for strength, not prettiest. I've got them looking reasonably well, but I could have spent more time, got them perfect. Why? They're hidden. And it basically supports the parcel shelf onto the bulkhead, so once it's treated and welded on, nobody will see it again. So there's a few bits here and here, brand new metal, cardboard templates cut out, welded in. Some areas just needed patched, here, here and here, and yeah, I'm happy with it. All I need to do now is get some of the paint off on here, sand some back. I'm going to give a lick of paint in here while I've got access, and I'm going to get some acid etch behind here and zinc weld through here. So I'll go and do all that prep and I'll come back when it's done. And it's done. So fresh coat of paint here, weld through primer here, and yeah, I'm really happy with it. Glad I went for the repair. It would have just been a lot more time and effort getting the full panel in when I didn't really need to. So that's it. I'm ready to trial fit the bulkhead, and I've been looking forward to this for a while. But it's not going to be in this video, so apologies. I'll keep that for the next one. I'm going to end this one here, and I'm going to say thanks for watching, take care, and I'll see you on the next video. Cheers!